Well, welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the gap and wrap. I told you we would talk about it. If you haven't seen my other video on setting SMART goals, click on the link. That'll take you back. But finish watching this video first. And then you'll be able to set your SMART goals. Now, let's talk about gap and wrap. So, gap and wrap. It kind of sounds funny, but I actually found it from Matt Ragland, who does productivity work. And it helps. It's mainly it started as bullet journaling. So you can do this in a bullet journal. You can do this in a book. You can do it on paper. You can do it in OneNote. Um, you can do it in Notion, whatever tool you're using to capture your notes. You can do that. Bullet journaling is good because it reinforces what you're doing. So you can do it in a journal and write out the gap and wrap, and then you can transfer it to calendar or whatever to make sure you get the things done. So what is GAP? GAP stands for goals, actions, planning, or protecting. Depending on how you like to use the word. I like using the word protecting because you need to protect your time. So goals. What are your goals for the week? Now, we're talking about YouTube here, so let's say you have one goal for, because you can usually only get about 3 goals done in an entire week, maybe 4, 3 or 4. Any more than that, it's a wish list. So you're going to set up your goal for, we'll just talk about YouTube. Set up what your goal is for YouTube, okay? So my goal for YouTube for this week is 2 long form videos and 3 shorts. That's my goal, okay? So the action, the A part is action. So what actions do I need to take in order to accomplish that goal? So I need to, plan the video, shoot the video, edit the video, post the video. So you list that stuff out that you need to take action for each one of those. And then planning. When are you going to do it? Now, key point with planning, it has to go on your calendar. If it doesn't go on your calendar, it's not a plan. It's a task list. Okay, so you have to put it on your calendar. You have to protect your time to say that Monday between 3 and 5, I'm going to spend 2 hours working on this portion of my goal. And Tuesday, I'm going to spend this time, and you have to, and you block it out. You block out that time. It makes you accountable when you put it on your calendar. If you don't put it on your calendar, then you're just getting a wish list. You're creating yourself a task list. You're going through this action. You're going through this every week, and you're not going to see the benefit of it. So that's the planning part and the protecting part. Okay. So and you do that at the beginning of the week. Now, depending on when you start your week, you can do it on, you can set you up for your following week on a Friday, a Saturday, Sunday, whatever time you say your week starts. Kind of hard to do it on a Monday and start on Monday. So you want to do the gap before. And you usually do it at the end of the wrap. So when you do your wrap up, then you'll do that. So when you're looking at at the end of the week, okay. So what is wrap? Wrap is wins, results, alignment, and pivot. All right. So on your wins, what are your wins for the week? Now, when you talk about wins, wins are anything, any small little win that you had during that week. I made my bed every day. I was able to work out, 3 days this week. I was able to spend time with my kids. Whatever those small wins are, you write them down. And it doesn't just have to be about YouTube. I got my videos out. You want your wins to be everything that's happened that week. You want to capture that so you can see that hey, this week, even though maybe I didn't hit all my goals, but I had a lot of wins, right? So that's cool. And then results. Now, results, when you're looking at results, you're going to evaluate your progress. When you evaluate your progress as a reporter, not as you. It changes the mindset when you do it as a reporter. You're going to report on this person, your name, Alan did this week. I saw him do this, this, and this week, right? So those are the results. Alan was able to get out X amount of videos. Alan was able to, so you're looking at this from basically like you're doing the news report of yourself. Kind of difficult to start to do it. You'll have to get used to it, but it helps when you're looking at it from an outside perspective, looking at yourself and not really looking at, oh, I could have done if I would. And then you start making excuses. You got to look at it from a very analytic point of view. Then you need to look at the alignment. The things that you did during the week, did they align with what your goals were? So when you're looking at it and you're looking at, did this stuff creep in? Did you not consider the time it would take to edit a video? Did you do that incorrectly? So the next piece is the pivot. Pivot is to identify any changes that you had that didn't work out during the week and pivot those to what do you need to do for the following week. And you write all those down. So as you're going through and you're doing your wins, your results, your alignment, and your pivots, when you do those, make sure you write them down. If you write things down, they stick in your mind a bit better than if you're just typing them in. A lot of people will type these in, and I found that typing them in doesn't carry the same weight as writing it down. So it's very important. Find what works for you. But that is the gap and wrap. And basically, when you're using this, you'll find out really quick as to how effective your planning has been when you're setting goals. Now, if you're setting other goals along with this, do the same thing. If you have work goals, set your work goals. If you have personal goals, set your personal goals. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can do this. If you go to Matt Ragland's website, and I'll post it and I'll post a link to his website and the thing. But with bullet journaling, there's all kinds of, trackers and, exercise trackers and reading trackers and all this stuff that people do inside bullet journaling, which is a whole nother topic in itself, bullet journaling. But if you start doing these things, you'll set yourself up for success. And there's a lot of people that use calendars, right? So when you get into planning your videos for the week, right, plan it on a calendar. If you need to go out and shoot video, you're gonna have to put it on your calendar to block out time to be able to go out and shoot video. If you're just doing talking head like I'm doing now, then you still need to set that time aside. Make sure your lighting is good. I'm sitting in basically my bedroom in my house that's converted into an office. The only lights I really have is a light coming through a sliding glass door and a little light that's over here. Other than that, it's just natural light. So you need to make sure that, I'm going to do a talking head video. I don't have extra lights that I can turn on. So I need to shoot it when this light's good in where I'm going to be shooting it, right? So I shoot these in the morning because the light comes through the sliding glass door in the morning, gives me good light. If I tried doing this at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, there's no light coming through, right? So it'd be very dark, and then I need, extra lights to light things up. So you have to kind of look at that. So when you're planning, and you're planning your actions, right? So you're going to go through that step, and there's lots of ways that people do planning. I would start with the gap, set your goal, do your actions, and plan out those tasks. When you start doing it as a work breakdown structure and you break down that work into the smallest piece, it makes it easier to do the work. If you don't do that and you say, I need to get out, 8 videos this month, and I need to do 2 a week, and that's all you write down, you're not going to be successful. Your mind is just not going to be able to grab that and say, hey, here we go. So gap, 2 to 3 goals. Actions. What actions do you need to do to complete those goals? Protect. I need to protect the time to do the actions so that I can complete my goal. Wrap at the end of the week. is an evaluation of your past week that you have to be truly honest with yourself. It's just, it's not wins or losses. I did great, I didn't do great, I could have done better, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. This is what you did during the week. So write it down. Write down your wins. Write down all that stuff. These are my wins. This is, how well I did. Here's my evaluation. Here's where I need to pivot. I need to, allocate some more time to do video editing until I get better at it. Right? It's just, that's the way it is. So do that. If you haven't seen the other video, I think I posted it up here. I'm not used to pointing where the video is going to be, so hopefully maybe it's over here. I don't know. But if you haven't seen my smart video on setting smart goals, go check it out. But for this, gap, wrap does work. Trust me, it works. I've got like tons of bullet journals over the course of a few years that have weeks of gaps and wraps that I've done that I can go back and look at and say, this was this. Now, a good thing that comes in, a lot of people don't think about, is if you're tracking this for work, this is outside now of YouTube, but if you're tracking this for work and you're looking at doing this and you're setting your goals for the week for work and you're setting your actions and you're doing your wrap at the end of the week and you're doing that, when it comes time for your review, let's say you have to write, what did you do this year? What did you accomplish this year? What impact did you make this year for your company? You can look back on these things and say, this is what I did. Always good to be able to do that and not have to go from memory about what you did for the year. So, gap, wrap, set smart goals, be successful. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment. See you in the next video.